What's up, everyone? This is Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all having a great Friday evening. We're going to break down some things in this video and really talk about what to expect the rest of February. We are starting to kind of get to the end of winter. We still got a little bit left in the tank, but there's not a whole lot left. So what can we expect? Is it going to be warmer than average? Are we going to have any more storm threats for winter weather or any severe weather threats? We're really going to talk about that. We're going to take a look at the GFS, the European, and really try to get an idea. And there's an area I'm watching next weekend. I'm going to show you some model runs, but do not take it as gospel or something that it's going to seriously happen. I'm just going to show y'all what I'm seeing because it's popped up a lot, and you're probably going to start to see it flying around on social media. It's probably going to start showing up on your apps, especially if you're in North Carolina, snowflakes and things. So we're going to talk about why, and I want to show it to you before the wrong message gets out, the wrong graphics gets out. We're going to talk about what we're seeing. So as you can tell, I have my little girl in this video. She really wanted to be in this video, so I'm letting her. She's had some giggles here at the beginning of the video, so I had to get her to just mellow down a little bit. But we're good now. We done got our laughs in. So we're going to break everything down here. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, guys. This is kind of a slow period. It's going to be a slow next few days, so growth is probably going to be a little slow, but thank you all for tuning in. Like the video if you like it, and definitely hit subscribe if you watch my videos and haven't subscribed. It's just a great way to support me, so it's much appreciated. So let's start off by the National Weather Service and Climate Center. 6 to 10 day range, so this is the 25th to March 1st. It's looking at we're going to have above average temperatures. This is going to be something that I'm going to watch to see if it changes any, because I think there is going to be a period or two to watch. As far as precipitation wise, there's going to be a time frame where there's going to be a couple systems that's going to bring some precipitation across the eastern U.S., and we're going to show you that on the GFS. So let's just go on and get to it. Here, this is the latest GFS. This is from 18Z, so the most recent one. So we're going to run through it real quick. You good, baby? Okay. We're going to run through it real quick. We get to the weekend. The good news, guys, is this weekend is going to be dry. We're going to get a dry weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend across the eastern U.S. It's snowing pretty good right now here in the northeast, but luckily we're going to have some dry weather. We're going to dry a little bit. And there's going to be another system that moves in for really the entire eastern U.S. It's going to bring some snow for areas of the northeast, but it's not really a big-time system, and it's going to bring some rain here for areas of really the entire eastern U.S. That moves through, and then what happens is we have a little bit of a southeast ridge that flexes a little bit, and we have highs in the 60s and 70s, and I'll show you temperatures in a minute. But here is this model run that you're probably going to get starting to get shown all over social media. People are going to start asking, is it going to snow next Friday? But this is it, and it's actually something that's been showing up for the last few runs, not just on the GFS, but the European, the Canadian. But yes, this is a big dog run. This is definitely a happy hour run. It's 162 hours out. It's exactly 7 days out. Got a nice looking high pressure sitting up here, and it's delivering very, very, very marginal cold air, meaning this is, in this scenario, there would be no sleet and ice. It would just be straight heavy snow to heavy rain, and that is a big time heavy snow, heavy wet snow showing up from North Carolina, upstate South Carolina. But guys, this is just one operational run off the GFS. We're looking at consistent runs here. If we get to, say, this time Sunday evening and we keep seeing the storm, then we're going to have something to talk about. But anywhere from the upper southeast, and obviously if you back it up here, you want to get down? Okay.
I'm thirsty.
Okay, go ahead. This is a storm to watch. You have a low pressure sitting right here. It's not a favorable track at all. You need a low pressure down here, and you need a deeper push of cold air. But this is something to watch for the Mid-South, the Mid-Atlantic especially the Mid-Atlantic. Washington, D.C., y'all have been underperforming in every one of y'all's winter storms. It's I'm frustrated for you guys because the other day y'all got a bunch of sleet, but this storm turns into a monster here, and it shows snow all the way into South Carolina. But guys, please understand that this is just one GFS run. I'm showing you guys because really you're going to start to see crazy model runs flown around. But here's the thing, is all these models, they're all available on the internet. Anybody can see them. This is a free site. Tropical Tidbits, a great free site for weather enthusiasts. This person does not charge anybody. He offers people to become a patron and donate, which is definitely a great opportunity to do that. But it's really awesome free site. So the models are available to anybody and anyone, really. So that's why, you're not going to get away from it getting shown everywhere. So we're getting through in time. This as far as temperatures. You're going to get into Monday, beautiful day. This weekend it's going to be chilly, but you're not going to get any rain. Monday into Tuesday, check it out. You're thawing out in Texas. You're really starting to warm up. The whole entire state's in the 60s. Some people are in the 70s. This is the GFS. You get into Wednesday, that warm air starts to kind of shift to the southeast, and check it out. You're in the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Really a great end to the week. But here's the cold wedge of air trying to get in, trying to set the tone. So if this was to happen, this could be a scenario where one day in the Carolinas and Georgia, well, really in the Carolinas, you're in the 60s, and the next day you have a snowstorm. So it's one of them deals, which is not uncommon at all for winter storms late in February and definitely in March. And I'll mention that, you can still get winter storms in the southeast in late February and March, especially the old timers around here. They know that. There was a streak in the 60s and 70s, I believe, where you had 3 or 4 straight snowstorms back to back to back in the Carolinas. March can be a crazy month also. So it's really something you need to watch out. This is a wedge of cold air setting up. And I'm showing you this because really the last 2 days, this storm has been showing up. We're going to look at the European model, just the operational run from 12Z earlier today. Here we go. Here comes that system. And I want to mention that for this system could deliver a brief ice threat for the eastern slopes of the Blue Ridge and maybe a little snow, but nothing too big here. And so we're working our way through, and here comes the storm for the end of next week. They keep showing up, and there it is, popping off. The low pressure has it going a little bit more north, and it's more of a mid-Atlantic threat, so Virginia into Washington, D.C. But the point is there's a storm in that same area, and it's that same look. It's a little bit more north. Let's see if we can get back to the OOZ overnight on this same storm, and check it out. It's more south, and it brings snowstorm into a good portion of North Carolina and Virginia, and not bombs out, but it intensifies the low pressure off the coast of North Carolina. So look at the CMC, same kind of scenario, a dry weekend. Here comes the system. All models have this system. You're going to get rain Monday. It's going to be another rainy day Monday, but I don't think it's going to be a massive system, but it's definitely going to be there. You get through that, it's clear all the way, and then here comes the system for Friday. We have to watch this, baby. We have to watch this system because this one has a low pressure pretty much shooting right over the Carolinas. That's not going to be good for snow or anything for the Carolinas, but it is good for areas in Northern Virginia, so we have to watch out for them. But the point is, and the other version of the GFS shows this storm too. There's some kind of storm threat for a week from the day. And we're going to watch this, and I think we're going to end up talking about this more and more each day. I don't think this storm is going to disappear. It's either going to turn into more of a threat for the northeast, or more of a threat for the southeast, or the mid-Atlantic. But I think this is going to be a storm. You've got a strong high pressure up top somewhere. Obviously, if you slide that thing right here, it's probably more cold air with more snow in North Carolina. But it's something really to watch. I can tell you what, the ensembles really aren't biting on this yet. It shows a little bit of a little signal here in the Carolinas, but not much. You go to the GFS ensembles, not much there either. So it's something you need to watch. It's not a favorable pattern at all for a winter storm. If it happens, it'll be because everything happens to come together at the right time, the right moment, where you get a very marginal event with a big-time snowstorm. I don't know if you guys remember late 2004, where Rock Hill, South Carolina picked up 22 inches of snow the last few days of February in 2004. Well, really was kind of more of an upper level low system, but it'd be kind of something like that. Not if it was to happen. It would be a lot of heavy, wet snow, not so much of any ice. But it could trend to more of an ice setup. You never know. So far out, but this is kind of what we're dealing with. I really think we're going to have some warm days coming up after we get past the weekend. And then something is brewing possibly for the last weekend of February. So we're going to watch this and see what happens, and I'll keep y'all updated each day, whatever changes, and if we can really reel in something here. So thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great Friday and have a blessed night.